Okay. Come on, dude. Come on. Por favor. Don't blink. It's your boy Yink. Okay. Don't blink, it's your boy Yink. Welcome to the show. The thing well, because having a wonderful day on this 29 July 2025. Great day today. We just woke up. I'm gonna make a couple of videos. So it's boring because we're gonna do the same thing as yesterday. However, the video of tonight is gonna be super nice. So without further ado, let's start. I got my boys for me. Ouch. What? I got 2 milestones. Ooh, let's go. Don't blink, it's your boy Yink. Welcome to our show. Everything wrong because I'm having a wonderful day on this 29 July 25. The weather outside is insane. Oh, 2 milestone. Is insanely nice. It is gorgeous. It is beautiful. There's no sunset. Now the truth is, I woke up only 20 minutes ago. When I woke up 20 minutes ago, the weather was a bit nicer. It was a bit more, it was a bit more spick span. So we kind of missed it, but hey, we're still gonna get it. I think it's because there's so much clouds now. I think that's why. But apart from that, hey, it looks good, bro. It looks good, bro. It looks good, bro. I don't lie. Don't blink, it's your boy Yink. Welcome to the show. Guys, doing well because I'm having a wonderful day. Destroyed by mosquito once again. Today is the 29th July 2025. I know it's a bit dark outside, and I know I haven't filmed today, but this is the best possible way. This is the intro for the 29th July 2025. For dinner, I'm gonna make myself some hot dog sandwich with some cheese, and it's gonna be delicious. We have delicious freaking yogurt, peach, and mango. Those are fun. Those are really fun. Today we had, this is what I don't like about. This is the only negative part about waking up so late. Or this morning we were awake. So technically speaking, on this month and these 2 days we did some things. So when I say today we had a government meeting, I don't mean today, I mean yesterday because I just woke up. You know what I mean? This is why I'm always so confused about dates. This is why every single video we say the dates. Because it's a way back to reality. Today the plan is actually quite nice. I'm gonna make a couple of videos. It is 8-7. I'm gonna be making videos until 9:15. Then I'm gonna be streaming from 9:15 to 10 o'clock. I'm gonna be doing some TikTok battles. Then we're gonna go on Twitch for Elden Ring. Elden Ring is going so well. I'm already Consecrated Field, so tonight we might finish Consecrated Field. We might finish the Blood Palace. That's gonna be super awesome. We beat everything, so we're ready to burn the Earth Tree. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. It doesn't need to make sense. This shit is good. My mom knows her son. So there you go. And in the perfect world, what we're doing is actually quite simple. We're streaming from 9:30 to 5 in the morning. Why? I want to finish Elden Ring, and I want to play some. I want to play some Lost. I want to watch some Lost. That's pretty cool. That's pretty much it. So, with that being said, am I missing something? No. Tomorrow morning at 5 o'clock, I'm gonna make some videos. I was gonna be going to do a bike ride. I'm gonna see my father. That's pretty much my day. That's the intro of the day. I'm excited, but oh, you're so hot already. Let's start. What the heck? How are you hot, dude? which is not good because I didn't hear you. There you go. Mm. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Cooling down his phone because I want to film the sunset behind me. I hope it's doing well because they're having a wonderful day on this 29 July 2025. Today I come to you with a great news. Sorry, I got bitten by a mosquito this morning, or yesterday morning because we just woke up. So yeah, it's quite itchy, irritating. Also, it's my breakfast. So you might have heard me just say, we just woke up. And this is the exact video of tonight. Now, video tonight's a bit of a crazy one. You guys are used to it by now, right? So, I did a video this morning, or yesterday morning, because again, or Tuesday, I made a video Tuesday morning. Today, why did we just woke up? Today I had a government appointment. I usually go to sleep at around 5 o'clock in the morning. That way, this phone can film nature corn and not have to worry about anything else. So that's actually pretty cool. And then when it's done filming, I'm like, okay, well, guess what? I'm already sleeping, so I just have to take it up, close the phone, which is one button, and continue sleeping. So it's just like pressing the sneeze button, or the snooze button. Sneeze is achoo. This morning we made a video. Okay, so like I said, I'm so sorry. So sorry, this is the first video of the day. Today I had an appointment with the governmental work at 12, which means I had to wait until 12 to sleep. Luckily for me, I managed to sleep a little bit between 6 o'clock and 9:30. My appointment was at 10 o'clock. So I didn't have to sleep that much. This morning, which is Tuesday morning, which is yesterday, what we did, made a video about how much fun it was to simply be out and about in the sunrise. See, you know what's insane? I'm so sorry, guys. You know what's insane? This is ADHD. Do you know what's insane? I woke up at 7:35. I look out the window, and when I look out the window, the weather was kind of really nice. It was a sunset. Now we had darkness, and while we have a second sunset. So yeah, so what that means? Well, it means that we had a sunset from the beginning, and it was just clouded. So there you go. Second sunset. You guys want to see? Look how nice this is. So, this morning I made a video, and this video was about like, hey, we were watching the sunset, making videos, which I gotta say, really miss. I really miss this. You know, it's nice making videos at sunset, but and I thought about this before, but I'm gonna make it really quickly because the video before was today, or less than 24 hours ago. We talked about how much I like doing for sunrise, and it was the bragging rights, right? Why is it the bragging right? Why is filming the sunrise more important than filming the sunset, right? Well, that's super freaking easy. That is super freaking easy. It's such a cool video to make as a first video. You know what I gotta start doing? I gotta start choosing the first video that I do. Let's start with the first video. Get the juice flowing. Really get you motivated. Fucking love yogurt. I only hate yogurt and yogurt. So the sunrise in itself, I feel like it's a bragging right. Once again, sunset, everybody's up. It's not really bragging, right? Sunrise, nobody is up. It is a bragging right. It is to me, and the waking up to film at sunrise is a bit harder than filming something else. So I got a bit more pride. I got a bit more joy, a bit more pride, right? That being said, I made the same video this morning, but in a different way. I'm a bit worried, but then it feels great. And this is the essence of the video. Fuck getting early. Fuck getting up early. Fuck getting up late. The essence of the video is we used to do this. So what I used to do was this exact thing. Oh, I got a text. Ooh. Ladies. Ladies. Okay. What you want? What you want? Huh? What you want? I got my one. Do 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 do. Such a good song. Once I was 7 years old, my told me, yo, better make some friends or you'll be lonely. So, what I used to do, right, is I used to, this is bad, bro, this is bad. I used to wake up at around 5 o'clock to do some videos, and I used to go to bed at like 10, which was the shit. Why? I'm more of a night owl on paper. More of a night owl. See, you know, I'm a weird guy. Everything I do is weird. So there's something called a night owl and a early bird. So the night owl is gonna prefer being up at night and working during the night. Oh shit! I died. I spawned. I died. I spawned. I died. So I'm the kind of bird that does both. I think that this is a symptom of my FOMO, fear of missing out. Again, peach and mango, baby. That's how we do it. So there is a fear of missing out. So what I used to do is I used to wake up at 5, make videos when the sun was setting, and then make video when the sun was rising. Because during the day, yes, you have a beautiful weather, but it's kind of boring. However, it comes at a price. The price is what? Well, the price is actually quite simple. For example, if ooh la la, getting a lot of rewards, baby. Whoo, baby, got a lot of rewards. It comes at a price. It comes at a price of if the weather during the day is nice, it's nice. The night, because of our vision, because of the lack of light, you know when you see an electric one. So, it's not as good. Also, I don't feel comfortable doing some night stroll with the bike, because we saw the bike. Now, it's complex. Why am I not comfortable? Simply put, I used to do, and this is a personal opinion. I used to do night strolls with a skateboard. So what is the difference? Well, the skateboard is actually better because the skateboard is the wheels are made specifically for you not to have a flat. With the scooter, we had a flat. The bike, I don't want to have a flat, because then I wouldn't be able to use it. Kind of cornered with only one, which is more than enough. Only one mode of transportation. Like, you better take care of that shit, bro. You don't want any flats. Phone is still too warm to film the sunset, but it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. We're used to it by now. We're used to it. So you see, I wouldn't be able to do night stroll. So the whole purpose of being up at night serves no purpose. However, in the summer it's actually colder at night, so I kind of prefer that. And in the winter, it's also because we're talking about the waking up at the sunrise, and no, waking up at the sunset and waiting till the sunrise. We're talking about the winter. That's what I was doing it in the winter. Even though the weather outside is beautiful because of the snow and shit like that, you don't really get to take advantage of it. So you don't really get to see it. It's you know what I mean? It's complex. It's complex. So why are we making this video? Because so far we haven't really talked about anything. Hey, how come am I missing a? I was missing a chopstick. Um, to do, I made a video this morning how much I miss filming during the sunrise, because it was a proof. For me, it was a establishing that we work hard, right? And besides, if I'm being completely honest, and only if I'm being completely honest, some of my best nature corn, which again is something that we're doing, happened during the. My apologies. This is. Why did we re-download TikTok? My funeral pyre. No way. Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry is Paradal Dinning. Ooh. What was I saying? Yeah, some of my best nature corn, which is one of my favorite things to do, are during the morning. See, this is so nuts because technically speaking, it's the same. So you guys, what is your guys' favorite? You guys' favorite is when I went to the doc, right? I went to the doc, not the doctor, the doc, D-O-C-K, like a dick with a hoe. A dick in a hoe, a whore. So yeah, so you like that, guys like that. Now, the reason why you like that is because there's a sunrise, right? Now, I'm extremely lucky because this is at the east, and the sun wakes up at the east, right? So I'm extremely lucky. Do the same thing at night. Nobody gives a shit, which sucks. So why am I worried? Well, because last year, you know how this ended. This ended as a burnout. This ended as a depression. So am I afraid of going through the same pattern? See, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing every single time and expecting for different results, right? Well, us doing this is just insane. What if I was putting myself through so much that I had almost a yearly burnout? And at the same time, I'm not saying that's what I'm gonna do, but such a clarity, so many concepts, so many ideas, so many videos were made during that burnout. A more vulnerable, a more in tune with his emotion, So this is the nuts thing, okay, and this is gonna be very, very cool to talk about. Again, I don't know if you guys know this, but this is gonna be a ooh la 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 la, ooh la 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 la, ooh la 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 la. Okay, so now my phone is completely. Those eyes like funeral pyre, wind dissect. Such a good song from Sleep Token. Then I was gonna say A Bad Omen, No, I know my shit, bro. See, am I saying that I'm gonna put myself back through this? No, absolutely not. But I like that. The crazy concept is, which I was doing because I forgot. You look at the first YouTuber. You look at the first, and it was normal people with normal feelings, not scripted, not anything like that. Well, some of it's scripted, Oopsies. Industry secrets. Ryan's secrets also. Yeah, scripted shit. The whole purpose of it was normal people talking about normal things and just socializing, right? And that was the first blueprint. People didn't know how YouTube works, so they made it work the way they could. Now you can literally take a recipe for success on YouTube. You can literally take a recipe for success in social media. All I have to do is follow this person, and I'll do it. All I have to do is have this type of thumbnail. All I have to do is respect this amount of time. All I have to do is go with a certain clickbaity title. All I have to do is make sure that I follow the trend. Do this, you'll be good. You'll be good. You'll have amazing results, right? And then you look at the celebrities, YouTuber. In a weird way, we're exposing life, right? So you're showing, okay, well, this is it. This is the birth of my baby, right? My baby's first death. So you're exposing life. And then most people that are fans are gonna do something like arcs. So this is the employed art. This is depression arc, So yes, last year on the winter was an arc. Now the full year, what is the arc that we saw? Aang trying to find a job, right? Ink is trying to find a job, or Ink is going to get help from the government to find a class, right? Now, this is cool, but at the same time, it doesn't serve the main purpose. Do I need to have arc in my life to make it interesting? No, no. But you hyper-aware of the situation, right? You're hyper-aware of the situation. If you're walking down the street and it's raining, and you know it's raining and you didn't bring your umbrella, like, fuck, dude, you know? And when you see that it's raining, say, oh, I might bring my umbrella. You never know. This is being cautious. This is being prepared. This is being aware of your surrounding. If the simple fact of a lure of an arc is making sure that you're aware of your surrounding, then this is the exact thing that we're talking about. Low key, high key, dude. So to me, this is actually pretty nice. It's actually pretty nice, you know. So am I? I'm afraid because we're following the same pattern that we followed when we had our. You know what? I'm gonna say something that's very outrageous. Emotional accident. So accident to me is when you get injured. Our brain got injured. Our emotion got injured. Our mental state got injured more than brain. Brain is possibly more the physical aspect of. Is the physical shells of your consciousness and thinking. You know. So yeah, so we got into an accident. And I'm doing the same thing. It's like this guy who's been on a bicycle, on a motorcycle for two times and got two accidents. Like, bro, maybe I shouldn't do that, or maybe I should do it. You know, maybe I'm getting better. I don't know. So if we follow the same pattern, it would be insane to get another results. However, what if that pattern that we're following is actually a good pattern? Then what we're doing is actually worthwhile. You know? I don't freaking know. I do not freaking know. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. I love y'all so freaking much. Have a nice day. Take it easy. Peace. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. This guys are doing well because they're having a wonderful day on this gorgeous, uh, 29th July 2005. Today we had a government appointment, so we made a video called, hey, second government appointment, my expectation. This is what happened. So we went here, poor girl. I'm gonna call her girl. It's not out of disrespect. She's just younger than me. She was. I know she was studying today, but she was alone. There was a lot of work, right? I gotta say, it was very different because there was a lot of employees that were talking and just chilling, which is nice because this place is warm. This place is welcoming. So to see that it was something nice. It was something that was pretty fun. Now we worked on the CV today, how to build a CV. It was great because she helped me a lot. She told me what to do. Only thing is she did it for me. So as a learning experience, this isn't as good as it can be. However, like I said, she really explained what she was doing, and what I was impressed with, and that again, this is to show you how much of a farmer your boy is, because your boy's a fucking farmer, bro. I just realized that today. She came in and she was using hotkeys, so Control F, Control U. I know a couple, but I don't know a lot of them. And she was taking care of them just like it was her second nature. And I was like, holy shit, this is impressive, right? And I felt, and this maybe because of my own perception of mortality, own perception of me getting older and me collecting dust, which is from Hourglass. It's too late to break, I've lost my breath in the hand of time around my neck. Am I more than the panda rode the path, or am I just the sand in case any hour lasts? Such a great song. I missed it. This was my 2022 song, and we got a tattoo here. Can you see my tits? My one tits. The other tits is something else. Yeah. Weird. You know what's weird? You say one tits, you don't say one chest. Chest is the whole thing. Odd. I know. Trust me. You English people are fucking complex. I get it. Okay. French is the. So she did the job. She did the CV for me, although she was explaining. So it went really well. Now I have a little bit of a problem with the CV because I think aiming more or a diploma. First of all, the diploma will pay me less, yes, but it will give me job security, first of all, and will help me achieve a better job. See, my issue is, what if the next job that I have is a great job, and I work for 10 years? This is amazing. But ultimately speaking, I think the next job that I have is going to be the last job that I'm ever going to get. So we're aiming for something that's kind of crazy. Now, I said this at least 20 times. I'll say it once more. When I say my job's going to be the next, my whole life job, what I mean by that is actually quite simple. The next job that I'm going to have is either going to be till my retirement, or social media is going to work. You know what's insane? You know what's insane? You know what's really insane? And again, I don't know how this works. We never know what tomorrow brings. But I'm gonna give you an example, right? My last job, we started in 2017, and we finished in 23. Okay, that's 7 years, right? I've been making content for 4 years, right? And we got accomplishment. Do I think tomorrow I'm gonna be able to make a living out of social media? Fuck no. Do I think that a year from now I'm gonna be able? Possibly, I don't know, but I don't think so. And if I make a living, it's gonna be like, okay, well, guess what? Today we're eating ramen, which I fucking love, so that's not a problem. By the way, Smallville, which I miss. We made some ramen yesterday. I'm a fucking dumbass. I was live on TikTok, and the water got really cloudy. When I say cloudy, it got really full of amidon, which is what you get in your pasta, right? In your potato also. And the water becomes very cloudy and very colored. So then what happened is I left some noodles, right? And because, again, I left some noodles in the pan without knowing. And again, because I was live and I was live for 45 minutes. Then I went to see Anna because she was live, and she's like, yo, please, I need some help. I'm like, bro, I got you, bruh. I got you, bruv. Bruv, I went all English on her ass for some reason. All British on her ass for some reason. And I forgot, and I kept hearing some noise. And it was kind of like something cooking, and I was like, what the fuck is making that noise? Holy shit, you forgot something. You forgot your stove. So I didn't know there was some noodle or ramen in the stove, and I ate it. And dude, it became kind of like a jelly, kind of like a omelet. You know when you overcook rice and it becomes kind of like a cake? The ramen did that, and it was so freaking delicious. So I strongly suggest doing that. Now, be safe, please. But oh my god, that was nice. That's pretty much it. So, back to it. Do I think that next year I'm going to be able to make a living? I think that I'll be able to make some money. Because right now what we're doing is we're making money on Twitch, and that's it. We're not making money. Well, that's not true. That's not true. Stop saying that. I'm making money on Twitch, but making money on Twitch is flawed behavior. It's nonsensical because I'm not making money on Twitch. I'm making money from donation on Twitch. So I'm crowdfunded on Twitch. Now, although I am super grateful and you guys are phenomenal, I do not want to be crowdfunded. I want to be able to make my own fucking money without needing to say, hey, guys, hook me up. And I don't even say, guys, hook me up. But, see, that's the thing. I don't say you guys hook me up, but if I was hungry, would I do it? I don't know. Trust me, with the weight that I have, a couple of more weeks of fasting and we're good. I got a whole freaking... Oh, look at this, bro. Look at this, bro. I don't know why I'm very bro-ish today. I'm very bro-ish. Why am I speaking like a bro today? I don't know, bro. If my next job... I was talking about my next job. The next job, all I have to do, okay, is work for as long as I work in the last company that I work, which is 7 years. Do I think I'm going to make a living in a year? No. Are the odds of me making a living in the next 7 years possible? Yeah. Hopefully, fuck. 11 years. Then I got people that 5 years that you don't even have like 100 followers, which sucks, you know. I got lucky. I got privileged by the algorithm. That's a lucky ink. So all I need to do is work another 70 years. But there's also the fear, the acknowledgement that if the next 7 years I work in a place and I don't really get a living on social media, I'll have to say, right? Now, there's a couple of ways to see this. The couple of ways to see this is actually quite simple. The first way to see this is I saw the people hold their phone with a chopstick, and I thought it was fucking badass. I thought it was gangster as fuck. The position is either it on social media it works, and I go on social media. A, B, it takes me a lot of times, and I love the job, and then I'm able to make a living on social media, but I love the job so much that I don't want to quit it. Right? And then even then, if I have a really good job, do I think I can make a living on social media? Absolutely. Do I think that I can make a better living and a decent living in a job? I think yes. I think a job is more stable. I think a 9 to 5 would bring me quietness. I think a 9 to 5 would bring me peacefulness. I think a 9 to 5 would bring me sanctity of sanity, which is a sanctuary of peaceful thoughts, versus a social media. I'm gonna be completely honest. Okay, social media right now. You guys think I'm intense. You guys think I'm working hard. I don't even make a living on social media. Imagine, and only imagine, that I needed that to survive. That was my only way to have an income. I am fucked. I am completely fucked. Because and that's why people are getting so crazy. I need that money. I need that video to make a couple of views. Technically speaking, what's insane? I'm gonna break it down to you guys. It's gonna be insane in the membrane. I'm gonna take you to a trip down Insanity Lane. Very nice. Housing is very affordable. I'm a content creator. I'm Inc. 2025, 2020, 2030. I'm in 2032, which is 7 years from now. I'm in 2032, and I make a living on social media, right? Now, because I got a family, I release, let's video per day. So let's say I release 50 videos per week. Right? But I got kids, I got a wife, and I got mortgage, and I got shit like that, right? And I need about $2,000, right? $2,000. And this, I'm gonna break it down to you guys in a way that nobody will ever break it down to you. YouTube will pay you $5 per 1,000 views. Okay, my monthly cost, and again, this is crazy, but $2,000, which is again very affordable. So I know that I'm making 50 videos a week, which means I'm making 200 a video, 200 videos a month. Holy shit, that's a lot. And 50 videos a week, we do that most of the time. Oh, the gaming channel is at 10,000 video. The gaming channel reached 10,000 video today. So congratulations to me. Thank you so much. But you make 2,000 videos per month, right? So every single video needs to reach $1. That makes sense? That makes a lot of sense, actually. And every single video needs to be doing $1. So you guys know that by 1,000 views, YouTube is paying $5. So you know that every single video needs to be making 200 views. Now, if I'm lucky and I have a video at the 10,000 views, how much is that? Are you good at math? That is $50, right? Is that enough for my rent? Is that enough for my costly? Now, then you have good months where you're making more. Then you have bad months like fuck. Gotta make a saving, right? With a job, it doesn't matter. A good month, a bad month. You have this guaranteed salaries, you have this guaranteed schedule, you get this insurance so your kids are good, So yeah, so it's complex. And then you worry because one of the video didn't perform, which means this video didn't perform, so this other video needs to perform better. This is why people get crazy. That's pretty much it. So, do I see myself making this in 7 years? I don't know. I think I came in with a mentality of the last job that I had was a perfect last job. The next job that I have will make content for the rest of my life, which I'm going to be happy with. I think I was super close to the IT. Oh, that's nice. I cut it again. I think I was super excited or super close-minded to the possibility of having to work again, right? And now we're being more and more open to work. And because we're being more and more open to work, I'm like, fuck, this is a good idea. Imagine I'm doing it, it's cool. And we're doing a formation that's paid by government, right? and then I'm getting a pay. And that formation is a year, right? And the next year, I become able to make a living on social media. And I technically wouldn't work. Technically would be in school. You know? Of course I thought about that, of course. You guys think I'm addicted to porn. I am, but I think about other stuff, you know? So, that's pretty much how it went. Well, side tangent, holy shit, what a segue. That's how it went. So we made this CV, which was really nice. I got a badass CV. I have a problem because I'm like, dude, I might not work, you know, right away. And if I'm working for the agency. I'm not going to leave the agency until I have a better thing. I'm not going to leave a plan A for a worse plan B. You know, and the plan A right now is agency. If the plan B becomes the shizzle with the nizzle, then I possibly will do it, right? A lot of people say inspiration come from DJ Khaled. My inspiration from Snoop Dogg. Pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot. Who's Snoop Lion? I don't know if he goes like Snoop Lion anymore. Anyway, pretty much how it went. Pretty cool video, huh? Confusing? I'm confused too. If you go through a day and you're not confused at least once, what the fuck did you do? Right? Anyway. I'm gonna go in and put the hot dog to cook, and then that's pretty much it. So I'm excited. I'm gonna get something to drink also because I'm thirsty as a motherfucker. Yeah. Congratulations, Inc. Dominic is your boy, Inc. Welcome to Welcome to the show. Because doing well, because I'm having a wonderful 29th July 2025 today. We're doing a Bravo Inc. video. We have reached 10,000 videos on the gaming channel. I gotta say, I am super thrilled about that. A lot of it is clips that doesn't really count. A lot of them are drafts, so it doesn't really count. However, I gotta say that I'm pretty freaking happy because, of course, I'm on social media to have a growth. Of course, on the main channel we have 40,000 videos. And we're a bit less than half. We're a bit less than double the amount of followers. We're a lot. You know what? I would be kind of curious. I'm actually gonna do it right now. My those eyes. What a perfect timing. I don't know if I can see the amount of hours that I got. It won't tell you. It won't tell you how much hours. So right now we did yesterday on the main channel. We did 2,000. Oh no, on the gaming channel. Oh my God! Look at this. We did 5,000 views. This is nuts. But it's mostly short, so it doesn't really count. My those eyes like funeral pyre, my winged insect. I was lost and now I'm found. I'm sustained. This is so slow. My son 21, so dumb. Sorry. You're so slow. I wish you weren't, but you were. We're good. We switched. We are good. We switched. Okay. Thank you so much for the subscription, bro. We got 2,000 views over the last. We got 2,000 views on the main channel, so a little bit less than we used to do. That's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. My son 21. You know we just saw together. Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau, which is single, by the way. You know, I don't know if you knew that. So yeah, so 1,000 videos, and we have a little bit more of a following than the main channel, so it's doing pretty well. You see, I'm open-minded to do any type of content. Big gaming is something I love. Normal content is something that I love. So here's another full. I had this channel made December 2023. It's a bit less than 2 years. Holy shit! Wow. Okay, my those are like a funeral pyre. The weight of it's like hands around my neck. I never stood a chance. Okay. Mm. Mm-hmm. Ba-ba-da. Bam 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 bam. Bam 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 bam. Ba-da-dum bum bum. Ba-ba-dum. Do-do-do-do-do. Mm-hmm. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Honestly, cause I'm going on. I'll face what I see. You want to respond. It's like an avalanche. I fear myself go under, cause the weight of it's like hands around my neck. I never feel the sun. Okay. Don't blink, you should blink. It's a bit dark, isn't it? It is a bit dark. It is a bit dark. It is a bit perfect dark. Great game on the N64. Don't blink, you should blink. Welcome to the Welcome to the show. Because I'm doing well, because I'm having a wonderful day on this 29 July 2025. Today we're going to be doing episode number 2, possibly episode number 3 of the show Lost. Season 1. Oh shit. I got a mosquito bite. Today, I am excited because that video that we did was one of my favorite videos that we did this week. So, actually kind of cool. What else? That's pretty much it, to be honest. We are at season 2, episode 10 or 11 of Lost. So this is kind of humongous. So without further ado, we gotta mix our water. Great. Why are we drinking from a glass bottle? I think it's healthier than a normal bottle, but hey, I'm not sure, so don't expect me to have the end-all be-all knowledge. Let's open this bad boy up. Oh, you're updating, that's nice. No, you're not. I'm joking. My son, one. We are watching Echo Backstory. Yeah. Chapter 2, Season 10. It's going insane. Insane in the membrane. So, episode 10 about halfway in, which is pretty good. We're gonna go with Season 1. Right? Episode, pilot number 2. So, you guys remember we just got the pilot? Oh, for fuck's sakes. I didn't correctly film it. You guys, if you guys remember, we just got the airplane driver. It's a pilot, but the episode is also a pilot. So there you go. So we got the backstory of Charlie. Now the craziest thing that's going on here is, technically speaking, this is the first backstory that we have. This is the entirely first. Oh, this one is a bit slower, a bit shorter. So we know that last week we had Jack. However, last week we had Jack. We only had a couple of minutes of Jack, and we didn't really get the past of Jack. So technically speaking, okay, what brings people to the island is a airplane ride, right? So as soon as you board the board the plane, you're starting to be in the present, and then the car crash, your plane ride never really finished, so you're still in the plane ride. Now with this, we got Charlie the same way. Now the coolest thing is the way these flashback works. So in Lost, the flashback works in a way where you would think it's chronologically, but it's not. So for example, we got Hugo, and Hugo wants some money, and then we see how unlucky the people in his family are, and then he starts thinking that his life is cursed. And then you got a second flashback where my boy is literally winning the money. So there's not always. Now, it's complex because of why they did it. They could have done it because they didn't know how popular the show was gonna be. So the season 1, they're gonna this is fucking smart. This is fucking smart, but not smart. So if season 1 is a failure, then you kind of only show what was relevant in the past to it. So for example, Charlie season 2 is a fucking junkie, and you know how he got into heroin, right? We know how he got into it. And why is that important? Well, it is important, and it's not important. It is important in a sense of there's importance in a sense of you're filling up. It's filler to the past. For example, big spoiler I'm going to tell you, Jack has a huge spoiler where he fixed his wife. And this is an old episode, right? And being a good doctor, the main purpose is about being a good doctor, right? Compared to his father was an alcoholic. The main plot of this flashback is you meet a guy named Desmond in the end. So you meet this guy called Desmond, and Isn't gonna be on the island. That's the most important part. Fuck his wife, because his wife, we don't hear about her. And it's not clear because he's flirting with Kate. He's like, I'm not sure. By the way, we just saw some development with Kate, and fuck, she's my favorite character. So we got Charlie. Charlie, who was in a plane ride, so we see him snorting heroin. Now, what is kind of cool is we're done. This episode to me. It's a bit of a boring, but a bit of an important. So most of the episode, the first episode was what? Because this is pilot number 2, which is directly related to pilot number 1. Technically speaking, every single episode of Lost is important. Why? Because they're all part of the plot, right? You would take a show like The Office. The Office, you would have certain linear event, but most of it are at the end of the episode. This is not going to be talked about. Lost is following a script. So now in episode number 2, we get really, we get a, like, how can I say that? How can I say this? An aftermath. Now, there's some great things and some bad things. You see people that are still relaxing. For example, Shannon. Shannon, I fucking hate Shannon. I like Boone, but I don't like Shannon. Shannon is a top model. She thinks that she's the shit. Yesterday we watched season 2, so I know her backstory. I was supposed to feel bad about her. No, I don't feel bad about her. You're useless. However, a relationship with the cast member and the show is actually pretty cool. So, we're seeing more of Walt and Michael. Now, Walt and Michael actually serve a purpose that is quite important here. Walt and Michael are father and son. So, Lost is it's inquintessential in a sense of, yes, we're surviving together. Yes, we're on this island together. Yes, we're gonna become friends, or I won't like you, right? No matter what, we're gonna spend so much time together that I'll feel a type of way about you or not. Walt and Michael, or Michael and Walt, father and son, are representatives of, we already have a link. So see, the craziest thing, the absolutely craziest thing is they all met in a plane crash, which is the island. Nobody really knew each other. Nobody really knew each other in the beginning, except for 4 people. Michael and Walt, father and son. Boone and Shannon, which are brothers and sister. That is it. Well, that's not true. There's Kate and the police officer, but the police officer isn't part of the story. Isn't part of the story at all. And to me, this is kind of nice because Walt and Michael, you would think that, oh guys, they're father and son, so they're gonna be super close. But the relationship is strange. We learned that Michael wasn't really present for his son's life because his mom was like, yo, this is my son too, and I can take better care of him than you. So there's a relationship, and it's super cool because, like, we're stuck on an island together. We have to work it out. And why is that important? Well, because you could perceived that they have a relationship, but they don't. So fuck your assumption. Fuck your assumption. So now we got a battle between Jack and Sawyer. The battle between Jack and Sawyer is actually quite important. Quite important. So this is really well made. So and again, the coolest thing that I did today was nothing. So we did the video yesterday, so I remember how it goes, which is a blessing. Sawyer and Jack fighting is super important. Why? Because Jack is, again, the authoritative figure. There's a hierarchy. Jack's at the top. For example, Jack could say to someone, yo, give me a meal. The person would give them a meal. Would be like, okay, what do you want? Sawyer would be like, yo, give me a meal. They would be like, fuck you, Sawyer. So you understand what I mean? So Sawyer is seen as the bad guy, and Jack is seen as the good guy. Now, it's kind of weird because we're on an island and everybody is needed, right? So yeah. But again, Sawyer, we were talking about Walking Dead yesterday. Sawyer would be Negan. Negan was a good character in the end, you know? So they fight. Now, this is the coolest thing. They find a pair of handcuffs. So they know one of them is a criminal. Now, there's 2 main people, and this is the craziest fucking part. And I think this image sums it up perfectly. So they find a pair of handcuffs and say, yo, one of us is a criminal. So one of us is a criminal. there's no justice system on the island. However, if I know that you were a criminal in real life, I'm gonna be wary of you, right? Now, there's two main suspects. The first suspect is Saeed, sadly because of his culture, because of his race, because again what I said yesterday, which is holy shit, I got you. I'm good as fuck, dude. Call me the expert mosquito killer. Saeed, like I said, it was close to the 2000, the 9/11, right? But in the scene, you kind of see that people kind of like Saeed. People kind of like Saeed. Saeed is a tragic character. Saeed, I fucking love Saeed. Saeed is a sad character because he does a lot for this crew. Out of importance, I would say, and the very beginning of season one, the two main character or possibly Saeed and Jack. Jack being a doctor is super useful, but Saeed, he knows how to fix a radio, he knows how to fight, he's a good survivor. So Saeed is important. Sawyer, which is the other culprit, or the other suspect, is a complete asshole. He's proven on his time on the island that he was a bad guy. And he was a bad guy because he stole from Body, and now he's having his stash, right? Now, this is number one. We didn't learn, spoiler, that the criminal is Kate. Now, Kate in itself kind of is a cop-out. That's a pun, right? She is the criminal, and is a kind of a cop-out. Why? Because Kate is the criminal. That is not really a criminal. She's not like, oh, I didn't do it to be a criminal. I had to do it. Does my reason justify what I did? That's up to you to decide. I'm not gonna point you guys in a direction. Do it justify? That's a tough question. I think I'm only at season 2. I don't know a lot about it. Do I think Kate is a criminal? I think Kate is a good person. I think Kate is a very noble person. I think Kate is very capable of being helpful. I feel Kate has a big heart. And I feel like Kate, if circumstances were different, would be a model citizen. However, I have to be honest. Kate, when you see her backstory, she did crime after crime after crime. How many crimes can you commit before we start thinking like, yo, you're not a victim of the circumstances, you're the circumstances, right? Take a dog. And I'm not comparing Kate to a dog. But take a dog, and the dog bit you. Oh, I was nervous, he bit me. Then the dog bit you a second time. Oh, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll play too rough with him. Then the dog bites you a third time. And you're starting to say, this dog bites a lot. Maybe I'm not to blame, you know? So this is what we're experiencing with Kate. Yeah. So Saeed has got the and the craziest thing is that Sawyer, kind of being an asshole, is the one that points out, yo, I bet you Saeed is a terrorist, right? Which is not true. Well, I'm not gonna say it, but Sawyer could have said that just to push out the dot out of him. Now, why is that cool? It's cool because Sawyer said that to take out he's an asshole, so he said that. But then a lot of people were thinking it. So Sawyer said out loud what people were thinking down low. Oh shit, too hot. Too hot. Oh, pinch my freaking. Yeah, it's hot today, so both phones are gonna be steaming. Cause everywhere that I go, every certain I go, every stuck in my bone, I'm untouchable. Every stuck in my name, built you of way. Pull the pin, I explode. I'm untouchable. You cannot ignore the prices we pay, but I have the right to my own way. You reach what you sow. We don't bleed the same, but I have the right to my own fate. What I'm doing right now, super simple, bros. We're deleting some content that we just uploaded. So this I found 21. I think you're the second one. Bergerac Lepage. There you go. Found it. Mm, I know it's not a case because I can't keep. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna write down Bergerac Lepage. Because we have to upload because our phone are starting to get full. It's a constant struggle. Belle journée avec le père, juillet 2025. Yeah. Everywhere that I go, are you hot? You're kind of hot, and you're kind of not cold. So I don't know how you're gonna be helpful with cooling down our devices. So yeah, so you're saying it out loud. Let people talk out low. Kind of like a dick move, but then again, like, okay, well, who else thinks that, you know? So it's kind of nice. Now, we see Kate. Kate, by the way, I was talking about the Korean lady. Her name is Sun. Kate and Saeed goes in. Now, Kate and Saeed being close is actually quite important. So see, there's a, it's complex. It's complex. It's actually really complex. In my book, Jack being a leader, he has to be non-biased. He has to be like, okay, well, guess what? Until proven guilty, everybody is innocent. Kate is sort of the closest to Jack. Now, this serves as two purposes. The first purpose is Kate being closer to Jack, meaning that if Kate likes you, Jack likes you, right? One. Also, because Kate is so important in the story, you don't have the approval of Jack. You have the approval of Kate. Is that enough? That could be enough. You know what I mean? So this is actually quite nice. So Saeed being there, and also Saeed in this one, he's saying how much he wants to help. That's actually quite important. So now we have Kate, and Kate in this sense is actually so fucking nice because she goes to Jack and say, "Hey, what are we gonna do?" So she said what she's gonna do, thinking that Jack thinks it's Sawyer or Saeed, which he does. And then he thinks that it's Sawyer though. He thinks because Sawyer's an asshole. And then I thought it was such an important scene because at this point, the viewer does not know if Kate is a criminal. We don't know that. We have no clue. Kate, at the same time, I'm gonna give you guys a big spoiler. The police officer that is with Kate, kind of like a dirtbag. He's kind of like an asshole. So because he's kind of like an asshole, it kind of enumerates Kate. You know she's a criminal. Oh my god, she's such a criminal. She's so dangerous. No, the police officer that was with you was an asshole. It's because the police officer that was with you was an asshole, then does that make you a nice person? Now that's the question. That is the question. And surprise, I don't know the fucking answer. I do not know the fucking answer to this question. I know a lot of questions, but I don't know the answer to this one. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Kate being there, she goes to Jack. Like, how do you feel about it? Now, I thought it was pretty nice because we literally learned that, Kate, you're too hot. Fuck you, dude. I'll be right back, guys. Shit, that mail. You can film this in about 20 minutes. I'm gonna be gone for TikTok Live. I know it's not a phase, but I have been. Okay. The room neck. There we go, we got the pie. We got the meat pie. So, the question of Kate isn't so much what are gonna do with Sawyer and Saeed. It's more so the question of what we're going to do with the criminal, which she is. Now, she's smart because, for example, Jackie said, well, they were a criminal in real life, they're a criminal here. You could have said, okay, I need to keep the secret. However, Jackie's going to learn the secret and be chill about it. I actually really like that. And it kind of showed that Kate is morally questionable. Also, there's a problem. We found a radio, and Saeed is the one that's in charge of it. See, the biggest question here is if Saeed, because again, you have to think that we don't know that Kate is the villain or the criminal. So if Saeed is the criminal, we need him because we have the batteries, we have a radio, and he's the only one that knows how it works. He said the battery won't last. They have to go somewhere, so they need Saeed. If Saeed is a criminal, they need a lot of people to get there. However, if Sawyer is a criminal, see, that's the thing. They're still in a case where most people are not. They're still in a case of most people aren't useful. See, it's complex because this is the second episode, so they still think they're gonna get rescued. They still think that, yo, I don't need everybody. Me, Kate, Saeed is gonna be enough, right? However, because we know that we're gonna be stuck here, people are like, yo, you kind of need to be useful. Be useful. We need you. In this case, the amount of people that we need is low. The amount of people we can trust, we can count on, is low. Sawyer stays on the beach. Saeed is there. So if Sawyer is the bad guy, then we need to take him out. If Saeed is the bad guy, we're gonna need people on both places that we trust, and they don't have that because basically there's only two people, which is Jack and Kate. Charlie helped, but then Charlie helps in a bad way. Charlie helps because he was looking for his drugs. So now we have Jean and Sun, which I gotta say are amazing. I'm watching more and more of season 2, and I gotta say Jin, which I didn't dislike but I didn't like, is doing so freaking good. I love that character. So Sun and Jin they're having a problem. Now this scene in particular is absolutely insane. It's very, 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 very complex. Why? Because the conversation between Jin and Saeed is like Jin and Sun, is like, yo, we need to kind of go with the other groups. It's like Jin's like, no, we don't need to. We don't fucking need to. We're gonna take care of each other. I think Sun believes they're not gonna be saved, and I think Jin thinks they're gonna be saved. However, action speaks louder than word. In this one, Jin, whose father was a fisherman in Korea, not his real father, is an actor. The character, not his real father in real life. Prepares some sea urchin, and he prepares it. And this is his way of helping out. See, this is also a very guilty system of the beginning of Lost. It's not, hey, are you useful? It's, we don't fucking need you. You can be the most useful person, we don't need you. Jin is like, okay, I know that you don't need me, but I want to help. And then Hugo comes in and says, hey, I don't want it. So this is a bad moment. This is a bad moment in itself. So Jin comes in with a sea urchin, almost as to say, hey, I can help you. I'm a good fisherman. I can help. And the first person he talked to is Hugo, and Hugo's like, fuck no. This looks disgusting. Now, to defend Hugo, Hugo would still think that we're gonna get saved, right? And Jin will take this as a... they don't want her help, they don't want to be friend with us. So this is a bit of a problem. We got Walt and Michael. Now, Walt and Michael is actually hard to watch. Actually really hard to watch. Because... why is it so hard to watch? Because Michael and Walt are a father and son that don't get along. So every single time, you're like, fuck. I wish they went along, right? And at first, Walt seemed like a fucking shitty child. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Lost did a mistake. Lost didn't really explain in the beginning that Walt was the son of Michael, but Michael didn't raise him. So Walt just seemed to be mad at Michael for no reason. Then you later learn that okay, well they just met. They just met. They just started to have a relationship. So basically, spoiler: what happened is the mother of Walt dies, and then she lives in Sydney, and then what they're doing is city to Los Angeles. So Michael is like, "Yo, I'm gonna be taking care of you from now on." So between the fact that Michael comes in and says, "Yo, I'll take care of you," there is this we don't know that they're not close. They basically just met. So the reason as to why Walt is so disrespectful, because he doesn't fucking know Michael. So it makes sense, but they don't show you that. So they're having. Walt is completely disinterested by it. Walt also have a huge problem. He lost his dog, which is Vincent. Vincent as a dog is not super important. However, it's kind of like a cool relief. Can anyone respond? No. She seemed nice, dude. She seemed nice. Friends of Kate, my friends. Okay. You're too hot. Is tomorrow's cold or not? I hate you. I hate you. Tell me I'm not there. Ba-da-da-da-da. Toast. Adios. I don't wanna live, I don't wanna see. Just a part in front of me. The mate to make me feel. I don't wanna see, I don't wanna feel. Na-na-na-na-na. I don't have the time for this shit, bro. Please, I'm begging at this point. I'm begging at this point. I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my mind. You're too hot. I fucking hate you. Ooh. Doo-doo. Dumbling, Kissy Blink, welcome to part 2 of our episode number 2 of Lost. I'm so sorry, guys. We had a little bit of an issue. Being I didn't have enough. The phone overheated. Yes, for Michael and Walt, this is a bit of this is a bit sad. This is a guy that's trying to make an effort to meet his son, and I think we all been there. I think we all been the kid. Like, I don't know you. We got a different problem now. What is kind of cool is we have 2 scenes in a row that are super important. So the first scene is what? Wait a second. Again, Jack is trying to save people, which is good. Charlie, he's gonna be there for a while, so he start. Well, that's hard, but he continue using drugs. He's starting to realize that, hey, we're gonna be stuck here, and it's kind of cool because Shannon has her very first moments. I actually love this scene. So the scene is actually quite nice. Shannon realized that people are dying, and she started crying. And it's like Boone's like, yo, you're not gonna bring him back by crying. You can actually help us. You can be useful. And Boone is a sad thing because I see Boone as this very good character, very good guy, and I see Shannon as this user. So I feel bad for Boone. But technically, if it wasn't for Boone, would I dislike Shannon? I don't know. Boone wants to join, which is kind of cool. It's super cool. You know what's insane? Boone pushes Shannon to want to act, right? But then Shannon in itself is, and again, you gotta say, oh, another one of 8 video. Shannon itself isn't willing to help because she wants to, just to prove her brother wrong, which I think is flawed. What's next? We got Sawyer, who's reading a letter. Now, the letter in itself, we're gonna be learning what it is, but it's the first instance of Sawyer actually being nice. Sawyer actually goes with them, which is cool, because Kate is the first one that sees Sawyer as a possible. Now, is Sawyer all bad? He isn't. The first one to give it a chance is Kate. There's moments, right, where Sawyer is gonna be trying to be nice, but like, no, we don't need you because he's an asshole. It's because they tell him we don't need you. It's like, okay, well, fuck you, right? We got a super important scene, which is Kate is in charge of the expedition, and Jack stays behind on the beach. Now, the reality is Jack is more needed on the beach, but the fact that he's trusting Kate so much is actually good. Now, when he's trusting Kate so much is actually cool, but also important because we just learned that she's a criminal. We got Jack, we got Walt and John. Walt and John is actually a really good way to introduce John, because John is a weird character, but he cares about Walt. See, John, from where I am at season 2, thinks the island is magic. He really cares about the island. And John right now isn't necessarily a villain, but he would put the safety of his friends and fellow crash mates below the island, which is kind of like a bad thing. Walt is coming in and it's like, yo, let's play. So this is really cool. We have Claire, which is cool because Jin also comes in and she's like, yo, you need to eat. Now, this is kind of irresponsible because Claire is pregnant and you don't know what it is. But Jin, if he was a bad guy, it would be Saki. He's a good guy. Jin goes in and Claire, she's feeling her baby because she's pregnant. Kick. Now, she puts Jin and on her belly because she's proud. Jin sees it as a bit of disrespect his son. Now, see what I was saying, which is important? Jin's son knows each other. Boone and Shannon knows each other. Michael and Walt knows each other before the crash. Shannon and Boone, the relationship is not good. Michael and Walt, the relationship is not good. Sun and Jin, the relationship is kind of good, but they're working on making it better, you know? So, you feel like this is disrespectful. And at first, Jin is seen very jealous. But then, when he has a chance to be an asshole, he isn't an asshole, which is super cool. Sawyer fucking kills a polar bear. Now, the polar bear in itself has some sort of importance because it's not supposed to be a polar bear on an island. And then the greatest thing is Sawyer's the one that killed it. So Sawyer, this is his first like noble action. First of all. Second of all, Sawyer hid a gun. So he hid a lot of the resources, but he hid a gun. Now the other resources are not that big of a deal because again, you can hunt, you can fish for food, and there's clear water nearby. Sawyer having a gun is literally very dangerous because you could use it to kill someone. At the same time, why is the polar bear important? Because we just saw a comic that Walt was reading. And in the comic, there was a polar bear. So the comic could be an instance of the island. Now the problem with this is because Michael, he doesn't respect Michael. Michael burns the comic, so it could be a tool that they burned. They find a marshal. So Hugo is helping him, Jack is helping him. This is a really cool scene because the marshal is important. Why is it a really cool scene? Because Hugo says, I want to help. I don't know how much I can help. And Jack's like, yo, you can do it. You can help me all the way if you want to. I thought it was really nice. So we see that Sayid and Sawyer are fighting. Why is that a good scene? Because Sawyer in himself did something wrong. He did something wrong. This is the problem with Sawyer. This is the problem with the character. He did something wrong, which is take the gun. However, he uses it for good. He just saves everybody. So Sayid is like, yo, I cannot trust you with a gun. And Sawyer, and this one, who's right? They're both right. Fuck Sawyer. But then Sawyer's like, I just saved your ass. You should be thanking me. So the voice of reason goes behind it. And it's Kate. And Kate's like, yo, give me the gun. And then what she does, which is nice, is she gives one bullet. She gives the bullets to Sayid. She gives the gun to Sawyer. So both people that cannot be trusted or are guilty are safe. Now the problem with this is the next scene is we learn that Kate is a bad guy. Kate was a criminal. This police officer, this is so nice because this guy's an asshole. So because he's an asshole, you could think that Kate is not an asshole. They balance out, right? So then we got a plane crash, which is kind of sad. And that is pretty much it. The radio work, however, they pick up a radio signal that has been going on the island, so it's transmission, which is a number. Now, this is kind of insane. Kind of fucking insane. Because, Kate, because the numbers would be important to Hugo, but Hugo's not there. If Hugo was there, we know the number. The important thing here is Boone is like, yo, my sister speaks French because and this is actually quite cool. The radio signal speaks in French. Now, later on, we meet a character on the island called Daniel. And Daniel, she is French. That's right. Now, the sensor could be her. It's about that it's her signal. So then she's trying to say, hey, and she's trying to say, bro, this is this is this is why I should have done it more. I'm having a really hard time. I think I'm gonna take a break from Lost tonight, and tomorrow we're gonna do a whole day of Lost. I think that's what I'm gonna do. The insane part is what she says is I killed them all. You know? Someone come? Yeah, no. So it's warning them. This is just beautiful. The signal is warning them the island is dangerous. But then, which is right, the island is dangerous. And then you meet Danielle and she's insane. So like, okay, well, even if she's insane, I cannot really trust her. So that's pretty much it. That's the show. Sorry about the recap. It's hard to do because I've watched this. Although I watched this 3 days ago, I literally just had. I just watched. How much an episode? So we watched 25 episodes every 3 days, which is about 10 episodes a day. So it's harder to. And so what I'm gonna do tonight, I'm not gonna be watching Lost. I'm not gonna be watching Lost. I'm possibly gonna be rewatching Lost. And then we're gonna do it because I've been recapping. It's a bit harder, right? So anyway, it's a video. I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to the show. Guys doing well because they're having a wonderful day on this 29 July 2025. Today we're talking about the tower talk. It's gonna be a short. I'm gonna be trying to make a short out of the tower. There's not a lot of updates, which is good, but there's some updates. So on this date of the 29th, we haven't done a tower talk in 2 weeks. There's a rumor that next event is a repeat. Next event being a repeat, we might have an update because people are picking up on cues and their perception. So the short is what? The short is we just spent a bunch of Power Stone that we had via there's been a lot of advancement actually. There's small advancement but still. First of all, the crown flame bots is finished. So talking about Power Stone, I got 4 more like that and I can buy Power Stone. It's gonna be huge. We accumulate Power Stone, so we spend them on the main playthrough. We did some smart missile. Why? I just thought it was better. Just thought it was better because I used to love smart missile and I haven't put point into them, so I'd been neglecting them. And it used to be my best ultimate weapon. It used to be my strongest. Now it's one of my weakest. So kind of balance it out. I'd rather have 9 balanced out ultimate weapon than one of them that is super good. You understand? Second one, we're back at we are back. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Power Stone. So for shield, what we upgraded was we upgraded the poison swamp, the chance that it has. Why? Because it stuns the enemy, right? The goal is still to do that. I want to have as much range for the poison swamp as possible, because the plan is still that to have 2 black hole that constantly kill enemies, and that would be good. To me, this is like a second chrono field, if you will. That's pretty much it. For the sword, we went with Chain Lightning. Chain Lightning is going to be my favorite because the sword has so much range and we're almost killing everything in 1 or 2 hits. So the Chain Lightning would actually be a great way to do some crowd control. Because right now, the sword is as a glass cannon. The sword can resist multiple enemies, but not herds. So crowd control is important. So this is how we did it. We went back to tier 10 because of Econ. I'm playing the game more. I'm playing a lot actually. So I want to be back at it. We're going to be doing tier 2, tier 3 when I'm not really paying attention to it. When I feel like playing it, I'm going to be doing a tier 10. That's pretty much all that happened lately. So we're going to keep going. We're going to keep defending. This guild is going well. And that is pretty much it. Okay, so now TikTok Live. I look around me and all I seem to see